It is 8 a.m. and we start the morning off with breaking news.
Take a look over this way. You can see why it's blocked off. Alameda blocked off from Moline all the way to the Denver border.
In Marshall, firefighters were responding to calls before the sun went down.
It's been, a good hour since this fell, so it's melted quite a bit. But check out the damage to this fence.
Well, first of all, you biked here. I'm impressed by that.
It hasn't improved. In fact, in the last couple minutes here, we've seen big chunks of ash falling from the sky. This airsoft gun shoots these pellets, and police say they found pellets similar to these inside the teen's backpack.
A public safety alert if you live in southeast Fort Collins. Rabbits and other rodents in the area have come down with a bacterial infection that can spread to humans, cats, and dogs.
Camera gives Joel a live feed of what's happening around his home right to his iPad. He never thought when he bought it.
I've got two, you could have two. And we're also talking about rattlesnakes and kind of how to keep your dog safe from them.
A developing story. NTSB investigators arrived late tonight on the scene of a deadly plane crash in southwest Colorado. We know 2 people are dead in that crash. And new at 10, a woman who was arrested for another crime posts bond and is arrested again in the same night. Right now, firefighters preparing for what could be a night of nonstop calls. The 4th of July, one of the busiest nights for fire crews. 7 News reporter Marshall Zellinger is live in Arapahoe County. And Marshall, firefighters were responding to calls before the sun went down. Marshall, thank you. Aurora firefighters are cracking down tonight on illegal fireworks. Tonight, fire crews are out looking for illegal fireworks. The aim is to prevent dangerous outcomes, especially if alcohol is involved. Firefighters telling fireworks caused 2 fires yesterday. Firefighters say they hear people shooting off fireworks, but most of the time, neighbors will call them in. A crash along East Spear triggering some closures. It happened along East Spear and Broadway. 1 person was seriously injured. Police telling us alcohol did not factor into this crash. This part of Spear has just reopened in this hour. Some rain moving through Colorado this afternoon and this evening, but that's not stopping festivities here. Matt Makins is in with more on what you can expect. A very wet or stormy 4th of July for many parts of the country. Hurricane Arthur dampening parades and cookouts in the Northeast today. Southeast Massachusetts saw heavy rain and flash flooding with water making it into homes. People in the area are preparing for more flooding tonight. And here's the latest view of Hurricane Arthur from space. This picture from NASA astronaut Reed Wiseman on board the International Space Station. And you can clearly see the eye of the storm there and the massive amount of clouds surrounding it. Upstate New York also cleaning up from the stormy weather. A strong storm went through the area last night. You can see the damage left behind on buildings, trees, and on the ground there. The Weather Service has not confirmed whether a tornado went through that area. Also new, a garage fire damages a home in Black Forest. Fire crews were able to put out the fire before it spread to other buildings. Investigators believe lightning sparked this fire. Fortunately, no report of injuries. 7 News tracking a developing story now. NTSB investigators arriving late tonight in southwest Colorado. 2 people now confirmed dead after a vintage World War II aircraft crashed at the Durango Airport in La Plata County. Mark Stewart is live, and Mark, pilots are telling you this isn't an easy plane to fly. Police say this Carbondale mother mixed an entire box of rat poison into smoothies for her 2 daughters and herself. Maria Alvarado Gomez telling investigators she preferred her children be dead rather than alive in Mexico. She says that's where the girls' father wanted to take them. The 8 and 11-year-old girls were taken to the hospital and later released. She's now facing attempted murder charges. A public safety alert if you live in southeast Fort Collins. Rabbits and other rodents in the area have come down with a bacterial infection that can spread to humans, cats, and dogs. And we should note right away, it's readily treatable with antibiotics. 7 News photojournalist Major King spent time today in Ground Zero checking out the concern.
Not at all. And he says he really didn't know what was going on until after the fact. Now, this is where that takedown happened here on this stretch of I-70. Authorities are calling that motorist a hero, but John McLaughlin says he was just doing the right thing.
Watch that ball.
Every kid sees his dad as a superhero.
Block it. Oh, good hit.
But on Wednesday, John McLaughlin proved,
Oh, my goodness.
what his 4-year-old son already knew.
One police officer said that, he said, "You're a hero, man. You could have saved a couple lives."
He was on I-70 near the Lookout Mountain exit when a motorcycle cop came whizzing by. Air Tracker 7 capturing what looked like a real-life action movie unfolding below.
He was out right away with his handgun drawn and yelling, "Get down, get down." And that's when I knew it was real.
Real and real close. That's McLaughlin in the gray Hyundai as the suspect runs by.
I could have reached out and grab the guy. He was that close.
The officer manages to take the suspect down, but it's what happens next, authorities say, that made all the difference.
Just concerned that he might be able to get up with just one officer on him. So I thought, well, I can assist. It seemed like forever. It was at least several seconds. I mean, it seemed like longer. Oh, good try, buddy.
And while he's always been a hero in these eyes,
Hey, a couple more pitches. I almost wish I could have done more.
now the whole world gets to see it too.
Oh, you good girl.
And McLaughlin, a teacher, says he works with kids with behavioral and emotional disorders. He says that often requires physical intervention. He says it was that training that helped him here on the highway. Reporting live in Jefferson County, Molly Hendrickson, 7 News. Yeah, Mike, the video is hard to watch, and you're about to see why. Ross Knapp says the person that ran into his fence also hit a dog in the street. He says at first Denver police didn't have any problems with him helping the severely injured animal, but then they suddenly changed their tune. Ross Knapp and his roommate have quite the mess to clean up, but it's what you can't see that Knapp just can't shake.
It was in shock. Its pupils were totally dilated. It couldn't really move.
A dog hit in the accident, left dying in the street. Knapp rushed to help, but when Denver police showed up,
I had one of the police officers tell me that I had to leave and couldn't be near it. I tried a couple of times to go back, and he just said, finally, I'm impeding on an investigation or something, and if I came back, I'd be arrested.
records show Denver police called animal control, but disturbing video shows the dog gasping for air for nearly 90 minutes until they arrived. Watch as Knapp approaches them for information. He's again told to get back.
Go over there!
We took the video to DPD.
Would you be willing to watch the video?
I don't have time right now.
But they refused to watch, saying officers followed policy and were concerned about the dog and the safety of the Good Samaritan.
But until you've seen the video, how can you answer the question of whether the correct discretion was used by officers?
Well, I'm not going to second guess the officers.
Knapp just wants the owners to know he did everything he could to help, but feels DPD did not.
What if that was my dog and I had no idea? And somebody wanted to help it and we're told you are not allowed to help this dog.
And DPD says their policy is to call animal control. Now, we contacted animal control and they said that they sent an on-call officer here around 8:45 last night. But since the officer was coming from his personal home, he hit traffic and it took him more than an hour to arrive. Reporting live in Denver, Molly Hendrickson, 7 News. Teresa, there has been an outpouring of support for this young lady. People just starting to show up here for this vigil. A couple hundred people, if not more, expected here tonight. People have been tweeting throughout the day prayers for Claire. I spoke with Claire's dad just a short time ago. He said she's not doing well, but he says he is grateful for the community's support. With this scene not far in their past, Arapahoe High School students are now trying to make sense of something so senseless.
I don't know why bad things happen to good people. I wish I knew the answer to that.
Claire Davis, seen in this Facebook photo, was shot when fellow classmate Carl Pearson came into the school hellbent on revenge. It's still unclear how she ended up in his path.
I've heard that she tried to stop him from shooting our teacher, but then again, I've heard that she was just there and he shot her. I don't know. We don't know anything.
Outside Arapahoe High School, student Chris Davis is collecting money for Claire.
We've gotten a really positive response from everybody at our school. We've got a couple $100s already.
He says helping her is helping him too.
We're just trying to help her out. We know what they're going through. Yesterday wasn't fun for us. Today isn't fun for us. Just trying to help them get through it and it's helping us get through it too.
To friends, Claire is simply a sweetheart. Facebook photos show a bubbly 17-year-old smiling beside her horse. Longtime neighbor Matt De Niro.
You can't really be doing well in a situation like this. You can just try to take it, 1 hour at a time. Hopes and prayers for Claire.
Prayers for Claire. It has become a mantra in this small community as the 17-year-old fights for her life. And back here live at the vigil where students are beginning to gather for their classmate Claire Davis, polling for her and really hoping that she pulls through this. They say that they wanted to come together to show their support. They are a tight-knit group here, and that's why they're gathering here tonight. As one student put it earlier, we did not only earn the title of warriors today, but we defined what a warrior truly is. Reporting live in Arapahoe County, Molly Hendrickson, 7 News.